Hey, you guys. This is my new hair. So we're about to start the podcast on my phone. And on here, we're going to talk about how to manage anxiety. So if you're new here and you like this, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you drop a like on this video. Make sure you check out my TikTok, Jayla_baby, as well as my Instagram, Jayla_baby, and my Snapchat, Jayla_baby. So yes, hi Luna. Alrighty, here we go. Let me make sure. I think this is episode 15. Alrighty. All right. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Better Than Yesterday podcast. This is Jayla_baby, episode 15, and today we're going to be talking about how to manage anxiety. Now, something to note is everybody experiences anxiety, and that's okay. Anxiety is an emotion, anxiety is a feeling, and overall, anxiety is a vibration. Because we know that all emotions are forms of vibrations felt within and on the body. So, knowing this, there's some people who experience a lot more anxiety than others and deal with it naturally much better, and others who don't and experience higher levels of anxiety. But we need to be aware of when we are experiencing anxiety and when our body is experiencing it as well, and then finding the best ways to cope with it in day-to-day life. These are things that make us who we are. We all have certain things that we struggle with and certain battles, and everybody deals with certain situations and things, and it's normal. I would say I struggle with anxiety a lot, so I loved doing research on this and just working with what has worked with me in coping with anxiety. So if you are someone who experiences anxiety, this is amazing for you because I can heavily relate. So anyway, let's dive right in. So what is anxiety anyway? So anxiety is caused when we worry, and then which leads to us overthinking, which then results to stress. Something that I typically do when I experience anxiety is I start to overthink, and if I can't come up with a solid conclusion, I come up with one myself. And that's just me making assumptions because I can't sit with the thought of not knowing the answer to something. And sometimes that's beneficial, and other times it's not at all. It's not. So we can't be doing that. We need to be aware of when we're feeling anxiety and then react. Instead of being reactive, we need to react in a way that's proactive. Reacting doesn't do anything. We need to be proactive. So, I came up with a list of things that will help you and how to cope with anxiety. So, here we go. First thing when you're experiencing anxiety is to focus on your breath. Now, something you may notice that when you're even stressed or mad or anything, even anxiety, your breath starts to become rapid and fast or even short because your heart rate is beating, you're kind of maybe flustered all over the place, which results into your heart beating really fast and you breathing really short and kind of all over the place. So the best thing to do is when you're stressed and experiencing anxiety or overthinking thoughts or overwhelmed is relax, sit, breathe, and relax. My best friend Tyler actually knows I experience so much anxiety, and out of the randomest moments, and something he always says to me, and me and my friends laugh about it all the time because it helps me a lot. He'll literally shut me down. He's like, Jayla, stop right now. And he's like, inhale 4, exhale 7. And then if I keep talking and rambling, he's like, Jayla, inhale 4, exhale 7. And he will not stop saying that until I just pause and then do it. And then he lets me to continue to talk. And it helps me a lot. It really does. But Different breathing techniques that I've found have worked for me is the 4x4x4. I don't know if you've heard of it. So it's basically breathing in for 4. So it's like holding for 4, releasing for 4, and then sitting for 4, holding it. And that has helped me so much, especially when I can't sleep at night. Sometimes I get overthinking thoughts, or I'm feeling anxious or stressed, whatever it may be. And I do typically meditate before I go to bed. But even when you start doing that, like just breathing that way, 4x4x4, while you're sleeping or when you're experiencing stress, going to the bathroom at work, just taking a second to breathe in that way. So remember, hold for 4. Well, actually, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold for 4 again. And it's a game changer. It just slows down your breath, slows down your breathing, slows down your heart rate, just has you kind of be more zen and relaxed. Next thing to help you cope with anxiety is talk to someone. Talk to anybody. You know, being alone with your thoughts and overthinking with anxiety is one of the worst things you can do. Now, there's a difference between being alone with your thoughts and actually just sitting and feeling and experiencing your thoughts. If we're going to sit alone in a room and just overthink and think of all these horrible situations and scenarios and worrying and just being in a spiral downhill in our thoughts, that is not proactive. Okay. It's not proactive at all. But if you're by yourself and you're doing things to proactively take care of your anxiety, such as meditating and journaling, huge game changers. Even meditating 5 minutes a day. I will literally sometimes be so busy, but I know I can't help others if I can't help myself. And that comes with all aspects in life. You cannot do good at your job. You cannot do good in your relationships. You cannot do good in your fitness goals. You cannot do good in anything and be good for others and be good in general if you're not there for yourself. It's huge. It's very important. So make sure you're able to connect with people. Don't be alone. You never have to be alone or experience anything alone. And if you feel alone in your life, reach out to me, okay? You can easily reach out to me Instagram DM, and you can easily reach out to me on TikTok, Jayla_baby. I go live every single day for that reason. Don't know what you're going through, but I'm live every single day. Turn on those live notifications, and I'm there, okay? Next, work out daily. Obviously, incorporate your rest days, blah, 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 whatever. But working out, oh my gosh, huge game changer in releasing stress. When we work out, we get endorphins, which are happy hormones, and we naturally release stress when we go walking, when we lift weights, cardio. I love cardio. Love it. Not a huge runner. I used to run sometimes. I actually love the stairs, elliptical, all that fun stuff, bike. It just makes me feel energized and happy. And it just really just melts away my stress. And it just brings such good mental clarity. But you don't have to do an intense workout to release stress. You can literally go for a walk. 10-minute walk. Leave your phone, go for a walk, disconnect, which leads into my perfect last way to cope. Lower your screen time. Screen time, you guys, is huge. Oftentimes, we're sitting here just mindlessly scrolling on social media, watching people's highlights of their life while we're going through the worst thing we could possibly be going through, just wondering why our life isn't like that or this and that. That is not going to help your worries. Or I love TikTok. Obviously, I'm on TikTok. But if you're just watching mindless videos that aren't going to help you grow and be better than yesterday and whatever it may be, get rid of it. Doesn't mean you have to cut it out completely, but oh my gosh, put yourself first. Don't just distract your feelings. Don't just push your anxiety aside. Feel your anxiety, you guys. The reason we experience so much anxiety is because we're restricting it. We're pushing it down. We're trying to hide it. We're trying not to feel it. So then it becomes emphasized. It comes out at some point. Whether you lash out at someone at one point, because you've been stuffing it all in, whether it be a coworker or a family member, you need to make sure that you're aware of the anxiety that you're feeling and find ways to cope. Like we've talked about, journaling, walking, meditating, talking with a friend. These are all beautiful ways. Breathing, feeling it, feeling your anxiety, and just take some deep breaths. Acknowledge that you're having anxiety. Feel the vibrations on your body. What am I feeling right now having anxiety? Okay, my heart rate is up. I can't really think clearly. I notice that my breath is a little short and quick. So I'm just going to need to take a second and disconnect. If you're at work, if you're at school, if you're with family, head to the bathroom, say I have to go to the restroom, whatever it may be. Take some time to yourself, you guys, and just breathe. Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. Okay? Everything always will be okay. Think about the most stressful times in your life and times in the past where you've had anxiety and what you were stressing about at that time. And when you look back at it, you realize it passed. It eventually passes and it eventually goes away and it'll eventually be okay. So relax. Everything's okay. Everything is fine. Nothing has gone wrong. You are okay. You're doing great. All you can do is do your best, and that will always be enough. Always. Now, I'm going to take this actually, one of my favorite podcasters. His name is Rob Dial. He does the Mind Mentor podcast, and he was mentioning how when you're having anxiety, these are the 3 things that he made for his clients who struggle with anxiety and whatever. And he was saying, write down in a journal these 3 questions, and it's very effective. Like he said, 85% effective. And it was like, first of all, why am I having anxiety right now? So you write that down and then you answer it yourself. Why am I having anxiety right now? Second question, what's the worst thing that can happen right now? What is the worst thing in the situation that can happen? And then you write it down. And then the third question is, what is the best thing in the situation that can happen right now? And then you write it down. And then once you write that out, you then can analyze and realize, okay, why I'm having anxiety. You see the best thing that could happen and the worst thing that could happen. And then you're able to find a happy medium and just go into whatever the situation is, knowing that it's probably going to be in the middle of both the worst and best situation. So once you play out the worst scenario in your head, you know, okay, it's not too bad, right? So, and then also there's some drinks that kind of trigger anxiety. Of course, caffeine and alcohol. I don't drink very much at all, actually. And I used to, and it was very anxiety inducing. Once I cut that out, it helped a game changer, a lot. Caffeine, I've really worked on limiting my caffeine. Helped a lot too. I try to have just 1 or 2 coffees a day when I used to have 4 to 6. I know, crazy. Don't judge me. I'm working on it clearly, as you see. But drinks that do help is warm milk and teas. So having some warm milk, maybe with some honey or warm almond milk, and then some chamomile tea or peppermint tea or black tea, whatever tea you like, and put some honey in it, or even throw some milk in it. Have fun with it. But yes. So that's it, you guys. I hope this helped you in whatever way that it may. If it did, please make sure you share this episode and follow this podcast and post it on your Instagram stories and tag me at Jayla_and baby. I would love to hear from you. So send me a DM on Instagram of what you thought. And if there's any episodes or things you want me to research and talk about, send me a DM. Do not be a stranger. I am just helping you be the best version of your authentic self while reaching your goals and dreams. So thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you guys so much for watching this YouTube video. And if you like these, I like to do kind of a video of me filming it and doing it on the podcast just so you can see my face. I think it's just some people are able to listen more when it's eye contact, and then other people just kind of like to listen while they're driving, whatever it may be. But I Hope this helped you as well, and whatever way it may. DJ, hi. Luna, hi. Saw you guys. I just didn't want to like talk and then be on the podcast, but I hope you guys are doing great and amazing. Make sure you like this if you did, and comment your thoughts. Share it. Share the podcast. Share the YouTube. Check out my TikTok. Anything you're struggling with right now, please do not be a stranger and send me a DM on what you're struggling with and let me make a podcast on it for you. I would love to help you in any way that I could, in any way that I can, and help you be the best version of your authentic self while reaching your goals and dreams. That is what I'm here to do, and that is what I'm going to do. You are amazing. You are stronger than you know. And as always, remember to be 1% better than you were yesterday. Have a great day.